Shoutouts to Rob Lipset Fitness. You know who you are.
So if you guys haven't seen my last video on actually why to track your macros and stuff, go ahead and check that out. I'm going to leave a link in the description because that'll be a good introduction video in regards to why you should actually go ahead and track your macros. And this is going to be more of a hands-on sort of tutorial as to how to track your macros. So let's just get started.
Alright, first things first, simple food scale, you know, it's got all the different settings, pounds, grams, ounces, that kind of thing. And you're just going to use your smartphone and get MyFitnessPal. You know, it's free to download, guys. You can get it on your computer or your phone, but I suggest the phone just because you can get the scanning option. So here we are with MyFitnessPal. So let's go ahead and just sort of give you an overview of the actual app here. So what you can do in the app is you got your food diary here. Basically, this is where you can actually track the foods, and then sort of it'll calculate it for your goal, it'll calculate it for your whole day here. Goals, you know, you got your nutrition here, which is basically once you actually do track your macros, this will all come up throughout the day with all your net calories and stuff and your percentages. Alright, so for you guys today I got sort of a number of different sort of food options in regards to how to track them using the app. So here we got some oatmeal, in which case it does actually have a barcode on the side there, so I'll show you how to do the scanning. We got a regular banana just because, you know, simple piece of fruit, weighed by the grams. Got some ground beef here. It's going to be a little bit more complicated just because of the fact that we don't really know the fat to protein, you know, the ratio there, so we'll sort of have to estimate in regards to our goals. And then this one here, we got a, you know, imaginary food here, just, you know, with the macros down there. So I'll show you how to kind of implement those numbers into the app without actually scanning it or searching through the database, because if you get the pre-made meals, let's say from a meal company, it's going to have the macros on there but not necessarily be able to be searchable through the app. So alright, let's start off with the oatmeal. So let's just see what it looks like in here. So I mean, we got this peaches and cream here. There isn't really a, you know, nutrition information on the package, so you can either look on the actual thing here and you see you got, that's in French, alright. So you can see we got, you know, nutrition facts, 130 calories per packet. Now, the good thing about the box is she has a barcode here. So we go back to the app here, you go to your add foods, go to breakfast. We're gonna actually click this barcode button in the corner here. Alright. Then we wait a while because the phone's slow. And we have this barcode thing. So we go ahead and stick the bar on the barcode here. It'll read it. Now it goes ahead and says peaches and cream, Quaker oats. It's got the 130 calories. It's the same as the actual nutrition label on here. So, you know, usually I do 2 packs. So we're gonna go ahead and just put 2 in there. Save. And then once you have the servings in there, click the check mark, and that'll be added to the actual food diary of the day. Now we can go back, there you go, now you're back to your diary here. Oops. Back to your diary, and you can see food 260, which is from the oatmeal. Alright, let's talk about Mr. Banana here. So, food scale, you're going to need, turn the scale on here. It's already in grams, that's okay. So, let's go ahead and take the banana, put it on the food scale at 168 grams. Alright, so for here, we're going to go back to breakfast, click add food, and search for food here. Alright, so we got the banana searched up here. We're going to go ahead and press this large one. Now it says 1 gram here, so to do this, our actual food scale said this banana was 167 grams. So we're going to go ahead and click serving size, put in 167 servings of 1 gram, so that'll equal up to 167 grams. It'll come in there, 37 carbs, 1.8 protein, 141 calories. Let's go ahead again and press that check mark. And there we go, we've added the actual banana and the peaches and cream oatmeal to it. Let's move on to our next example. Alright, moving on to the ground beef here, which looks like an iceberg, but that's okay. So in regards to the meat and other kinds of meat, I like to actually weigh them out in ounces. So we're just going to change it to ounces here. And just go ahead and put this on the scale. We have about, we're going to round it up to 12 ounces of ground beef, just to be simple. Alright, so here, once again, you know, we'll have some ground beef for breakfast, so we'll add it to our breakfast here. Now, let's go ahead and search up ground, not coffee grounds, because I don't know if that would be. Alright, go ahead and search all foods for ground beef here. Alright, now this is where it's going to get complicated. So, we got 93% here. Now, in regards to this meat, I'd have to estimate and say it's probably around the 70 to 80% meat. It's none of this cardboard 90% beef. So that's when it's going to get more complicated, just because it's hard to find. So 96% lean, you know, 90-10 there. So we got kind of the 80% here, so that might be a good option. Now if you know your kind of fat to protein percentage, then you can just go ahead and, you know, find that yourself. But for this one, just to be safe, we should probably underestimate the protein content, just so that we're not, you know, just so you know that you're getting the extra calories from the fat, as opposed to thinking it's really, really healthy with low fat content and then ended up, you know, going over your calorie, going over your calorie needs for the day. So we're at this one here, it was about 12 ounces, so we got 3 ounces cooked here. Number of servings, we're going to have 4, because 4 times 3 is 12. I'm not very smart. Save that in there, 840 calories. And then we just go ahead and click add that to there. And then our food diary is added up in there, with our ground beef and our banana and our peaches and cream oatmeal. Alright, our final example here is our imaginary meal with 50 carbs, 24 protein, 11 fat. So just picture a meal like that, it's alright. So in order to track this, this kind of meal is not searchable and it has no barcode. So I'm going to teach you how to do this, guys. It's pretty easy. So just go back to your diary here and go to your add food again. On the premium version of this app, you can just do it by adding fats, carbs, and proteins individually, but this way you actually have to just go ahead and search up protein. And this is really annoying because it keeps going through my recent history and shit. Alright, so we got protein there. And if you look on our meal here, we have 24 grams of protein. So just for serving size, 24. Just add that. And then we go ahead again. Look at this, it tells me what's high in protein. This was not how it used to work. Alright. Go ahead and add the carb. Carbs. Doesn't matter which one you pick as long as it's 4 calories per gram. So we had 50 carbs here. Go ahead and put in the 200 calories. And then finally, the last one, we would just put in fats, 9 calories per gram, that's good. And we do 11? It's going to come out to 99, and then we add that there. And then we have all of our, foods we just put in for the day. So we just put in 1,636 calories up at the top. That was my old goal back in the day. And we've got 1,114 remaining. There you go, it's pretty easy.
So another question I get a lot is, am I going to have to constantly track macros? And the answer is no. So when I first started out tracking macros, I would use MyFitnessPal. I use it for like maybe 6 months or so. And if you're consistently, tracking your macros and weighing food out, you are going to get a very good understanding of like weights and calories and what food represents. So, I mean, nowadays I can look at that ground beef and I can basically estimate how many ounces it is just by the size of it. And, I know how many calories is in that particular amount. So it's kind of like riding a bicycle. The more you do it, the easier it's going to be, and, the easier time you're going to have with it. Let's talk about when you would go out to eat at some place. Let's say you're going out to a restaurant. Now, if this is a common restaurant, to be honest, there's probably going to be a database for the restaurant foods in the actual app. You can go ahead and maybe search it up. The other option is if they have a nutrition kind of pamphlet or online, go ahead and check that out if you want to track. And then finally, the other option is once you consistently know how to track your macros and it's easy for you to estimate stuff, you can actually go to a restaurant, look at your food, and visually track it in your head. Now, one thing to do though when you're going out to eat at a restaurant is always underestimate the amount of calories, because a lot of restaurants, they cook with extra oils or butters or fats and stuff. So if you were to cook it at home, it would be a lot less calories than if you're in a restaurant. So just when you're tracking macros at a restaurant and you have no database or nutrition pamphlet, just go ahead and think about what it'd be at home and add a couple hundred calories, because it's probably what it's going to be. Now, the whole if it fits your macros and track your macros, it's not to say you can't just go out and eat, but you have to keep in mind your requirements and being flexible. Alright guys, I hope you found this tutorial kind of helpful, kind of informative, and hope you use this as a tool to learn how to track your macros, and in the future you won't need to actually track your macros anymore. If you guys liked the video, maybe like, comment, subscribe, leave any feedback, any future video ideas, and I'm just going to keep doing my thing, So, see ya.
Here we go!